Hello and welcome to kindergarten. If you're watching this, you've either had your registration appointment or it's scheduled in the coming weeks. While the process of choosing a school can seem overwhelming, the purpose of this presentation is to share the amazing things happening at all of our elementary schools. And while the location, hours, and programs vary slightly, all schools follow the same curriculum, and all elementary schools feed into our middle schools and join at our high school. No matter where your child ends up, they will foster friendships with peers, relationships with teachers, and with your support, we will look to help them foster a love of learning. Let's get started. Kindergartners learn through play and interactions with others. The daily schedule is designed to cover all of the important topics and instill values, lessons, and exercises to help your child learn and grow as learners, as friends, and as creative thinkers. In Framingham, all 9 elementary schools offer full-day kindergarten, and students will remain at their assigned elementary school until 5th grade. Framingham Public Schools uses standards provided by the Department of Education in Massachusetts to guide our curriculum, which is brought to life with interactive read-alouds, various technology tools such as RazKids, iReady, Imagine Learning, and others, and hands-on learning experiences. All of our schools utilize the same curriculum and follow the same kindergarten standards set forth by the state of Massachusetts. In both literacy and math, students will utilize a workshop model of learning in which the teachers will teach a short mini lesson and then students will apply that lesson in small, rotating groups. A typical kindergarten day will begin with a morning meeting where the class reviews important social emotional learning standards and creates a sense of community in the classroom. Reader's workshop, writer's workshop, math workshop, phonics, and a special, as well as recess and lunch are consistent aspects of every student's day. History and social science, and an additional social-emotional block are rotated throughout the week depending on the topic or unit covered. Intentional connections across content areas is encouraged and promoted within the district's scope and sequence. Each day, students will experience a 55-minute special including art, music, physical education, or library media. At Harmony Grove, due to their International Baccalaureate certification, students will also receive Portuguese as a world language. All Framingham elementary schools have a meal pickup area and a cafeteria or cafetorium, which is a combined cafeteria and auditorium, where students can get breakfast and or lunch. The prices of meals can change year to year, but the prices are always available on the Food Service Department website. They also post the monthly menus there as well. Framingham Public Schools uses the platform NutriKids to centralize the food service operation. Through a website or a mobile app called My School Bucks, families can establish a prepaid meal account. There are ways to add funds to your prepaid account by check, cash, or through the website or app. You can set this up when your child starts school. As part of the daily routine, children will let their teachers know if they're buying lunch and what they want, or if they have lunch from home. If they're going to buy lunch, the teacher captures the order, and when it's time to go through the lunch line, our cafeteria staff will guide your child through the process to pay using their My School Bucks account. Your child can also bring a nutritious lunch from home. All allergies and or food allergies need to be brought to the attention of the school nurse. Any food allergies will be accommodated if there's a medical documentation on file with the school nurse. Please contact the Food Services Department to set up meal accommodations for your child, especially for severe allergies. Snack time is offered during the day as part of the classroom schedule. Snacks are the responsibility of the family. Your child's teacher will let you know what snacks are allowed in the classroom. Lastly, outside food, homemade or store-bought, is not permitted to be shared in the classroom as part of any celebration during the school day. All Framingham Public School buses are equipped with a GPS tracking system. If you have a child on a bus, you can download the Edulog Parent Portal Lite application, and with a unique code, you can track the location of your child's bus before they come to do pickup and as you're waiting for your child to be dropped off. As an incoming kindergarten parent or guardian, you will receive the transportation registration information as part of your welcome packet with your school assignment in May. If you're interested in having your child take the bus, you'll need to submit a transportation request through our student information system. Students in kindergarten through grade 6 who live outside the 2-mile limit of their assigned school will be assigned a bus stop close to their residential address. Students in kindergarten through grade 6 who live between 1 and 2 miles of their assigned school will be provided a seat based on availability. Transportation is not provided to students who live within 1 mile of their assigned school. However, consideration may be made if a student has to cross a major road such as Route 9. If you are unsure how far your assigned school is from your home, you can visit the transportation website and look for your street on the Ineligible Street Listing PDF. The Department of Health and Wellness is responsible for implementing the district's various student support services. Health and wellness staff provide a range of services to meet the academic, health, social, emotional, and behavioral needs of students and families. Each school within the district is staffed with a highly skilled student support services team, including school counselors, school social workers, school psychologists, school nurses, and social emotional behavioral coaches who work together to support the academic success and overall well-being of students. The district is implementing a new code of character, conduct, and support that will support discipline practices that are respectful, accountable, restorative, equitable, and fair. Our goals through this process are to improve school climate, improve and develop strong student-adult relationships within the schools, increase our students' attachments to and feelings of belonging to the school community, and significantly reduce referrals and suspensions. We are supporting our students' development of learning and life competencies, self-awareness, self-management, social efficacy, and academic efficacy. Through developing these competencies, our students will become more skilled at managing emotions, setting and achieving goals, empathizing with others, developing positive relationships, and making responsible decisions. When students engage in unskillful, inappropriate, or unacceptable behavior, accountable consequences are determined. All consequences aim to treat students fairly and with respect, dignity, and decency. Assigned consequences for disciplinary problems are aligned to interventions that are standardized, clear, equitable, timely, and implemented across all grades and schools with fidelity and integrity. Studies show that students who are chronically absent in kindergarten are much less likely to read at grade level by third grade, which makes them 4 times more likely to drop out of high school. Also, attendance habits established in September continue over the whole year. So if your child misses a lot of school in the first month of school, they may continue to be absent many times throughout the year. It's very important to make sure that your child attends school every day. If you have problems getting your child to school, please let your child's teacher know. Remember, there are many people at your school who can help you make sure your child comes to school each and every day. Framingham Public Schools provides a broad array of services for children and youth identified with disabilities, and all elementary schools provide therapy-only and inclusion services. Therapy-only services mean your child has services such as speech and language, occupational therapy services, physical therapy, but does not have any additional academic support through special education. Inclusion services mean your child is in a general education classroom, and depending on their IEP, they may receive specialized instruction from special education staff within a general education classroom setting, in small groups outside of the general education classroom, or a combination of the two. Some of the many special education services include occupational therapy, speech and language therapy, physical therapy, adaptive physical education, and more. If you have any questions regarding special education as your child begins their academic career in Framingham, please contact our Department of Special Education. At Framingham Public Schools, we offer sheltered English immersion, or SEI classes, as well as dual language programs. Sheltered English immersion classrooms are where emergent bilinguals are integrated with their English-speaking peers in a classroom where English is the instructional language. In dual language programs, students are taught academic content for part of the day in Spanish or Portuguese depending on the school, and the other part of the day in English. All of our language programs follow the district's curriculum. Dual language programs additionally follow the district's language allocation plans, which determine the quantity of time spent in each language. Our Spanish dual language programs begin as 80-20 programs, which means that 80% of content instruction is in Spanish, while 20% of the content instruction is in English. By third grade, it becomes a 50-50 model where 50% of the content instruction is in Spanish and 50% of the content instruction is in English. Our Portuguese programs are 50-50 starting in kindergarten. All students who are not enrolled in dual language programs are in SEI or sheltered English immersion classrooms. When exploring the elementary schools, it's important to note that 6 of the schools start at 9:05 a.m., 2 schools begin at 9:15 a.m., and 1 school, McCarthy, starts at 8:15 a.m. The current feeder patterns to middle school are listed here. Please note there are several scenarios based on a child's programmatic needs where the feeder pattern may vary. The Explorers program is the official before and after school program for all Framingham elementary schools. In addition to offering programs before and after school from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m., there's also programming during the summer, school vacation weeks, and most non-school days. A yearly calendar is published at the start of each year with the program offerings and closure dates so that you can plan ahead. Each school has a full-time program coordinator that works during the school day and has an office in the school building. The Explorers program focuses on project-based learning through an emphasis on social-emotional learning, referred to as SEL, and science, technology, engineering, arts and math, or STEAM-aligned clubs, and activities that are linked to school day curriculum. The overall program functions through a variety of clubs and community partnerships such as mindfulness, coding, cooking, and more. Community partnerships enhance programming and increase access. A major benefit of having a district-run program means that program coordinators have access to district resources and tools such as Aspen X2, which is our student information system, SMORE newsletters, technology, translation, and more. Collaboration with PTOs and other community groups helps to facilitate family engagement. Lastly, Explorers frequently seeks input from students and families in programming to keep the program quality high. While we've showcased many of the things that unite Framingham's elementary schools, we do have to recognize that there are some things that make them unique. When considering your options, these are some fair questions to ask yourself. The biggest questions come down to location and schedule, as well as special needs programming, whether you're pursuing special education support or language-based needs. Harmony Grove is the only International Baccalaureate certified school in the district and has been since June of 2015. It's one of 4 IB-PYP schools in Massachusetts and part of a network of about 2,000 IB-PYP schools in over 110 countries. Following a common philosophy, Harmony Grove Elementary School celebrates diversity, provides an environment that develops inquiring, knowledgeable, and caring young people who work to create a better, peaceful world. Harmony Grove is committed to providing high-quality, challenging, international education that nurtures active, open-minded, reflective, and balanced lifelong learners. These learners will respect themselves and others, empowering them to be empathetic, competent leaders in a diverse global society. The SAGE program is available at each of the 9 elementary schools. For students in the 2nd to 8th grade that show characteristics such as a high level of creativity and can solve problems in ways that other children their age can't. They also think of ways to do things that others may not. Students are identified for the program through parent or teacher referrals and through universal testing that occurs with first grade students. Students who qualify for the program receive weekly support from a SAGE teacher through pull-out, push-in, or integration services, as well as enrichment and advanced groups. Photos and videos that you are about to see were captured shortly after the March 2020 closure and in February 2021 before all students returned to the classrooms. Classroom furniture and setup may look different next year. Thank you for taking the time to watch this presentation, and on behalf of all Framingham Public School departments, welcome to our district, and we look forward to working with you and your family.